Hi everyone, this is Miss Maccini here, and today I am making a video to help you manage your time after map testing. So tomorrow you may be finished with your map test and you may ask yourself, what do I do? Map testing is going to run every day this week from 8 o'clock in the morning until 10 o'clock in the morning. Your first block class will begin at 10:20. That's the class before lunch. So while you're waiting, what can you do? Well, we have some independent work for us to complete. So just a few notes. One, you will not be able to meet in any live video in any of your teams because everyone else is map testing. And two, you will not be able to chat or message with any of your teachers or any of your friends because all messaging will be disabled. The reason for this is if students get notifications in Teams, it will kick them out of the map test. And I think we've all experienced how frustrating that can be. However, you can still access your assignments. So the first thing you're going to do if you're done with MAP and you're looking for some work is to please check your assignments on Teams. And this is really important. Please complete any unfinished work so that next week when we work on grades for progress report, everyone is finished with their assignments. Step 2, for ELA, we have a really fun myth project that I'm going to go over. You are going to choose a god or goddess from Greek mythology and make a PowerPoint about them. So let's start with step number 1, check your assignments in Teams. So you are going to go into your Teams page and pick a class that you would like to work on. When you're in your class, you know where to find assignments. You can click over here on the left and click assignments. And we're going to go into our cohort. And here are all the assignments that we did last week and a little bit the week before. So the very first assignment that we did was the Arachne theme assignment. And this is where you had to use the myth of Arachne to prove a theme. A person should not act arrogant no matter how skillful they might be. Here is the story of Arachne. Here is the PDF if you need it. And then remember that your assignment was to find text evidence from the beginning, middle, and end of the story. And I'm just kind of waiting for this word to pop up. Might be running a little bit slow right now. Here we go. So this was your first one. You had to find text evidence from, that was a quote, a sentence from the story from the beginning of Arachne, the middle, and the end. Let's see what our other assignment was. Your next assignment was the Arachne point of view monologue. This was an important one. So you had to write a monologue from the point of view of Athena or Arachne, and you had to use first person point of view to describe a key event. Remember, your audience was Zeus, so you had to defend your actions and explain your reasoning to Zeus. So once again, here is the myth, and then you open the assignment in Teams. Many of you started this. What's great about these assignments is everything you need is right here. So you worked on a brainstorm, and then you started with the sentence, Zeus, I stand before you to defend my actions. It all started when, and then you posted 5 sentences. You wrote a 5-sentence monologue. Your next assignment was gods, goddesses, and heroes. So check if you finished that. Here was the text, God, goddesses, and heroes, and many of us were almost done with this. This is where we were given a central idea and you had to highlight the best text evidence. So given a central idea, even though gods were powerful beings, they often interacted with humans. You had to read the paragraph and then you had to highlight the text evidence that supported your answer. Now, if you are done with all of your assignments and you clicked turn in, The assignment at the bottom will stay the same. This is our fun Greek mythology project. And in this project, let me go to student view. Here is a note catcher to help you plan your project. And here is a PowerPoint for you to fill in. So let me just pull up our directions. So you are going to choose a Greek god or goddess, your favorite one. And there's lots of videos that you can watch to help you choose which one that you want. I know a lot of people are picking Zeus, but remember, there are 12 major Olympians to choose from, and you can be super creative. So in this project, you're going to research a Greek god or goddess to prepare for an upcoming unit. You're going to organize your information in a PowerPoint presentation, and then Friday we will present using a Flipgrid. So there's a couple really cool videos to watch. And you choose your god or goddess, do a little research, and you're going to make your PowerPoint presentation, and this is going to be a lot of fun. So here's the slides, and I made a PowerPoint for you that is blank with all of these slides. So all you need to do is fill in your information. You're going to choose your Greek god, goddess, tell me their name, and post a picture. On slide 2, what does he or she control? What are their special abilities and powers? Slide 3, what are their specific weaknesses? Slide 4, what is the story of their birth? What's their origin story? How did they come to be? Slide 5, what are some objects associated with the gods? What are some objects, symbols, maybe even weapons? Slide 6, what is their relationship to other gods? What's their family tree? Did they have a spouse? Were they married? Did they have children? How are they related to the other gods? And then your last slide, 7, can be just really fun, interesting facts. Let's take a look at an example. So I chose the goddess Nike. So you might recognize that name because of the sneaker. Remember, the sneaker was named after this goddess. She came first. So here are some cool pictures. By the way, a few years ago, I went to Paris and I actually saw this statue of Nike. It was fantastic. Then on my next slide, I have some information about Nike, some distinguishing features, some introductory ideas that kind of describe the goddess. Here I have Nike's special abilities and what she controls. So she's the goddess of victory. She has wings. She would choose who would win in a game or sometimes even a battle, often associated with Athena. Notice the fun pictures. This is a fun project. Specific weaknesses. Well, Nike was pretty cool and she had a lot of strengths. She was a fast runner. She could ride a chariot. She could fly, but her weakness was she was inconsistent in choosing a victor. Sometimes she had a hard time choosing who should win in a sporting event or in a battle. And then finally, a little bit of information about the story of her birth. So she's the daughter of the Titan Palace and the river Styx, pretty crazy. And she's really similar to her aunt Athena. And Nike gradually was recognized as a mediator of success between gods and men. So think of Athena and Arachne. Who will win, the gods or the mortals? Then I want to talk about some objects associated with Nike. So she always had a laurel wreath. She carried a palm branch. She would give the winner of a game this wreath to wear on their heads. And she's often pictured with a staff, which is a very long stick, as a messenger to the gods. And now I have her family tree. What is her relationships to the other gods? So she's very similar to her aunt Athena. She's the daughter of the Titan Pallas and Styx, and she's also a sister of Zeus. And here is a picture of her family tree. So all the information that you need to complete this project is in your team. As you see here, I have a note catcher. So while you're watching videos and looking up some information, here are some notes. And I have a PowerPoint that's already half done for you, and this is located in your assignments. So here are your directions. Here are all the websites that you can get your information. Here are some really great videos to watch for some more information, especially after map testing. It's nice to watch a video. And then here is your PowerPoint that's already half made. So on one side, you can put your information, and on the other side, you can post a picture by clicking Insert, Pictures. We like to use Bing Images. And then let's see, none of these are Greek. Let's see if we can find a really cool one. Oh, this looks cool. And then you can insert your picture, and you may have to drag and drop. So as you can see, there are some really great ways for you to use your time after map testing. My first suggestion would definitely be to go into Teams, check all of your assignments, see which ones you need to finish, and make sure that you click Turn In. Assignments for progress reports. And then when you're done, this is the fun one, you can work on your Greek myth project where you are going to choose a god or goddess from Greek mythology. And you can do that by watching some videos and clicking on some resources. Remember, I did a lot of the work for you. So while you're watching the videos, you can take notes in a graphic organizer. And then all you have to do is fill in this PowerPoint that's already created for you. Here are the directions. Here are links to resources. To click on a link, you may need to right-click and then click Open Link. Or if you're in presentation mode, then you can just click right onto the link and it will open for you. So when you're in present mode, you can click right on the link and it'll open. If you're not in present mode, you click on the link using your right click on the mouse, click right, scroll down, open link. Speaking of resources, this is a really good one. This is Rick Riordan. He is the author of Percy Jackson Lightning Thief. So these are all the gods and goddesses that are in the book. So you may want to check, here's a cool one, Aries, kind of figure out a little bit about him. But I want you to be creative and I want you to have fun. So after map, these are your options. Definitely start in your team's assignment. You're going to have other assignments from other classes, so be very smart and clever about which assignments you need to get done first and see what you can get done this week. If you need anything, you can just email your teachers, but please remember that when you're taking the map test, when you're done early, you cannot meet live in a video and you cannot message a teacher or student. All right, everyone, good luck on map, and I'll see you soon.